Decisions. I'm going to be heading to Super Summit at the Summit drag strip down in Norwalk, Ohio. Which one do I take? Well, I took the 2015 last year. I turned 13.115 seconds as my best time. And I really don't know what this 74 will do. So, unfortunately, I won't be having any videos, but maybe I'll have some time tickets from the drag races. And I'm sure I'll have fun doing that and doing the autocross. So, it's time to go. So, I'm back from the Super Summit. The 74 made it in one piece, sort of, but more on that later. What I want to talk about is the fun runs. So, I got in 3 fun runs. The first of them was against some kind of Japanese car. I'm not even sure what it was, but shout out to Summit Racing for putting this on. It's really a fun day. So I was in the left-hand lane, and my reaction time was way worse than the Japanese car, but I was faster in the 60, well, all the way down the track really, even though the car was hot and it stumbled pretty bad coming out off the line. So top speed for that run was 90.73. Second run, I did a little better, but the car still stumbled badly coming off the line. What happens is it gets a little bit hot while it's sitting in the queue waiting to run. But my reaction time was better. Again, I'm in the left lane. It was better, but the woman in the late 60s Camaro that I was running against had better than 1/10 of a second better reaction time than I did. And she was winning at the 60. She was winning at the 330. She was winning at the 8th. But I was going faster by that time. She was still winning at 1,000 feet. But in the end, check out those times. In the quarter, I beat her by 1/100th of a second. And I was doing 92.09. She only hit 85.24. So that was the second run. The third run was against a newer Camaro. And as luck would have it, I was the first car in the line that I was in. So I got to shut it off, open the hood, and let it cool down so it didn't stumble badly coming out of the gate. My reaction time, I actually jumped the gun on it by 0.2 of a second. But I was winning at the 60, I was winning at the 300 feet, I was winning at the 1/8 of a mile, but he was going a little bit faster. Still winning at 1,000 feet. At the end, he beat me by, what is that, 3/4 of a second-ish. But he was going 99.8. I was only doing 94.78. So at the end of that, I decided, well, I'm going to go do some autocross. So I did the autocross. Unfortunately, there's nothing to show for that. So if I have to take my word for it, I did about 38.5 seconds. The guy in front of me had run before. He was in a Dodge Viper, and he only had a 39.3, so I guess I'm happy with that. The second run, just before I was ready to leave the gates, a guy on the side says, "Hey, you're dragging a speedometer cable." So I went ahead and ran the run, but I knocked over a lot of cones all at once in one of the turns, and I didn't even see what my time was at that point. So at that time I was trying to figure out, well, how am I going to keep this cable from dragging on the ground while I drive home. So thanks again to Summit Racing, because they were giving out a few freebies. I picked up a couple lanyards off a couple of the tables where they were giving them out for free, and I was able to drop them down through the engine bay and hook one of them onto the speedometer cable that was dragging. So I hooked it on there, pulled it up through here, and tied it on to the hood bumper pad for when you shut the hood. So tomorrow I'm going to have to get under there and see what I have to do to fix it. But all in all, it was a fun day, and if I can figure out how to keep the car cool while I'm sitting there in line with the engine running, I think it would run a lot better through the quarter mile. So that's it for today. Have a good one.